Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Not the Fever Swamp, Not Beyond the Fever Swamp. Uh, Today, Steinigen Kaldizer is busy. He has noticed a traveler heading towards Clink, who is in his book of grudges, who must be hunted down and shamed at length. He's also chasing rumors of the possibility that Clink may have some answer to the great migration of undead from last year. No one yet in the Galata Peaks knows what the deal was with that, and returning with that knowledge could prove valuable. Our remaining adventurers, in the meantime, are off to the mountains to hunt Etten. A pair of Etten have been stealing livestock from the surrounding farmsteads, and the village up the way has a bounty on them. For a total of 500 gold pieces, which the party are realizing they'll probably need to be able to actually afford the various inns and traveling houses that they intend to stay at between here and Castle Rankburn.
Before we go off the road into the mountains again, we do need to buy some food. Just a few days worth should be sufficient. So, the party is normally... I'm just going to count Slag's character, because that puts us at 2 gold a day for 4 rations. So, how many days worth do you guys want to buy? Real quick.
Sorry, I was looking at something else. Just need to double check how far we have to go.
We're just going into, like, the next hex, but...
Oh, okay.
But we might have to search it for a few days.
Yeah,
I don't know
let's say...
Like, just want to do 5 days worth, we'll have extra.
Let's say about a week. 5 days.
Okay. So I marked off 10 of my gold. And we'll add 20 rations to our supply. Sorry. That would be... Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what is your plan for tracking down these Etten?
You said that they've been stealing livestock, so I suppose that we should go to we should start from one of the farms that had their livestock stolen.
All right. One of the farms in the area here has recently lost an animal. You're informed that you should go and speak with Farmer Ted.
Then we will go and we shall speak to Farmer Ted and see what he can tell us.
All right. The Ted farmhouse is a large thatched roofed affair. Tall walls, white plaster, dark wood, surrounded by small fields set in amongst parts of the valley. A few sections here and there seem to be undercultivated, the woodland moderately managed, and the hedgerows seem to be new, which is always a bad sign on a farmstead. You don't see any signs of sheep or grazing livestock of any kind, which is odd given the hills. But you do see a group of farmers out in the field trying to pull a plow by hand. They don't look like they're having a good time of it.
Yes. Hello there. Are one of you Farmer Ted?
I'm Farmer Ted. What can I do for you?
So, we are here to do something about your Etten problem. Gamble gestures at the clear evidence of Etten activity as they're at their unhorsed plow.
Well, if you can get the horse back, we don't have much money, but you'd be welcome to a cask of ale and a warm thanks.
Oh, well, we'll keep that in mind. But the local baron, I assume it was the baron, is posted a gold reward, which is what we're after. But if you have any, did any of you see the Ettins when they showed up, or be able to tell us which way they may have taken your horse?
Up into the mountains, looks like. Come here, let me show you. And he put the plow down, and everyone else sighed and groaned and took a break, leaning on it, as Farmer Ted led you off through the fields towards a broken section of the hedgerow. See that it's been smashed in, and an open path leads up in towards the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Reckon they came through here.
Well, thank you. If your horse is still alive, I will return it to you. But I would not hold out hope.
We'll do what we can without it.
Can,
Poor thing. She was such a good horse.
Aye. Do any of you dwarves have or elf? You two. There's only two of you today.
Oh yeah.
Do either of the two of you have any questions to ask of our of good farmer Ted here?
Before you go, we'd be willing to part with some supplies and rations if you'd lend us your horse for the trip. Got to get the field plowed by the end of the week, or else we won't be getting the planting done.
I think we only have a donkey, but
What's all that
Well-
then? He points at the fairy warhorse.
Yeah, that match.
I'm afraid Sanael is not interested in plowing fields. He pats the horse.
Give him an apple.
Oh shit, an apple.
Genbol just kind of looks to Sanael to see how Sanael takes this.
Zenael looks to you much the same way you would expect to look back at him if you were asked to pull the plow. Although, mind you, a half dozen farmers are presently attempting and failing to do the work.
Yes. I'm afraid not. And we need the mule to carry our supplies.
Mule wouldn't do it anyway. It's too big a plow. Gonna have to do the whole thing by hand. Get picks and shovels out. Gonna be a nightmare. Thank you anyway, traveler. You put an end to those Ettins, and at least when I do eventually get a new horse, she'll be safe.
Yes.
Sorry. Have they mentioned which direction we should be heading in?
Yes.
We got a trail smashed through
Okay.
the woods, kind of.
All right. If you want to begin following these trails, nominate someone to make a survival roll.
I assume that's going to be one of you two.
Oh, this is my element. Let me.
Oh, shit.
All right. You begin following the trail, but you quickly find yourself having followed entirely the wrong trail. Camped out, or stopped atop a rocky outcropping, you can see a ravine sloping down and a bear wandering through it. The bear has not seen you, and you do not need to fight the bear.
Oh,
But it is growing late.
that's very similar to an Etten. What if there is no Etten? What if it's just this bear and they think it's an Etten? Oh, the bear could pull the plow.
It's clearly a giant that smashed through the hedges. Not a bear. And I don't know how they do things in wherever you're from, Elf. But as far as I know, you can't tame a bear.
Maybe you can. I mean, I can't either, but I think I've. Okay, so it's gotten late. We have not followed the trail correctly. Do we think that if we camped out here, the bear would come camp out with us? Or would it go on
It's
its own?
wandering on.
Okay.
I'm not
Well-
going to give you trouble unless you roll beneath the DC 5.
Oh, okay.
This mountain is right beside
That's a good idea for
safe
this game.
areas. Other
Uh,
mountains may be more dangerous, but this one's mostly dominated by the Ettins, who you are trying to find.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I only really wanted 10 to find the Ettins.
Oops.
Yeah.
I feel that I am hot on its trail, and I'm sure I could find it in the morning when the sun heats up, the ground, and its scent is in the air. Yes.
Then I guess we camp for the night. So how's your elven sense of smell in the rain?
Oh, right, the Etten. It's great. The
This
blood
rain-
diffuses through the water.
This rainfall has, of course, washed out the trail, raising the DC to actually find the Ettin to 15. And providing
They're gonna be lost
environmental troubles
forever.
between 5 and 10.
Crap.
Alright.
Does anyone have an inspiration and want to make the roll?
I
Because
don't know
we're-
if we have inspiration or not.
Is your dragon thing checked on top of your sheet?
It is not.
Mine is not.
Do we happen to somehow magically have an object owned by the Etten?
No.
Or know what one would be?
Wait, these Ettins own these mountains by right of conquest. Therefore,
Make me an investigation check.
Okay. I asked because of locate object, obviously. Oh, shit. Well,
I'm afraid you can't think of anything.
that sucks. Well, okay. Well, I guess we're just going to be lost forever.
yeah, we could get lucky.
Yeah. I could sing you a song about finding the Etten, but those only refresh on a long rest.
Also, they only there's like a 10-minute or 10 minutes.
Yeah, find him quickly.
Yeah, so I like you could totally use those on a skill check, but I wouldn't think you could do them for a skill check that represents like all day of effort.
Yeah.
If you
Well-
were performing, standing beside them the entire time, I might allow it.
Also, it'd make it easier because the Ettins would come look at what the hell they're hearing.
Yes.
There is a higher. I will roll on the encounter table if you are doing that plan, of course.
Yeah.
Damn. We need someone who we needed a cleric to take guidance. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Climb the highest tree.
like enhanced attributes or something. We're in the mountains.
Oh.
We're already on a ridge. I'm assuming that we can see from this elevated position. We can't see any sort of indications of what might be Ettins. No smoke for fire. No.
Let's see how that perception check goes to see if you can, or that survival check. I mean, well, I'd allow either.
I'm bad at both of those.
Because that's part of the survival check, right?
Yeah.
Looking for signs of them, like smoke rising or a cave entrance that looks well traveled or that kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guess I'll roll survival then. 16.
All right, Ganbold, you bring the party down through a valley along a stream. It's flowing with fresh rainwater. Till you arrive at the base of the hill, and you can see smoke fire rising from the top of it. You're sure that this is where you should be. Move you over to the map.
Wolves.
You can hear the snapping cold and tearing of flesh. Winter wolves devouring a horse just up this rocky staircase. Winter wolves, of course, are no ordinary wolf, but a giant's pet.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
We should approach quietly and try and get the first strike while they're still eating.
Yes.
All right. Stealth checks from people, and also from the horse, if you take the horse.
Sanel, you stay here. Stealth!
Stealth!
Sorry, guys.
Hey, 10 wasn't much better. I'm sure 10 doesn't beat their passive perception either.
Oh, man.
All right. Ogle, at least, manages to be hidden here in a bush. But around this stage, the winter wolves seem to notice you coming. They stop and look up and growl. And icy fog seems to emanate from their mouths as they growl, filling the air around them, billowing up. We will roll for initiative.
Initiative!
Man, we are off to just a great start.
Oh my.
Before we begin, Ogle, who made the stealth check, may take a surprise action.
Oh man.
Make it a good one.
I don't have good actions.
Sneak attack.
But I'm all the way over here.
You're within 30 feet.
The stairs are difficult terrain.
So shoot it with an arrow. You're an elf, right?
I'm not that kind of elf, by which I mean I forgot to buy a range because of the
If you
weird starting equipment scenario.
If you would prefer to stay hidden, you may.
Yeah, I'll hop out and stab one in the butt when it runs past.
All right. Well, you can take an attack of opportunity off on this one.
Don't
40. So it had to double move to do that, really. Actually, did it? I guess it can get this far, and that's probably how far it would get. You can take your attack of opportunity as it attempts to breathe cold at Ulfgar.
Ah,
Actually, I think you can get both of them.
If it's got like a 10, if it's got like a 15-foot cone, it can.
It looks like we're looking at something like that.
All right, Wolfgar.
It's breathing cold.
I assume there's going to be a saving throw. You're within my aura of protection, so you get +3.
Let me just check a thing real quick. It's a reaction.
Dex for half. Half.
What does resistance to damage do?
Oh,
Halves it.
it's also cold, so I have my ring of warmth, which gives me cold resistance.
So I'm
So-
going. Sorry.
So 10 or 5 if you make the save.
Right. I'm going to. I mean, I'm going to do the save real quick, but either way, I'm going to do absorb elements.
Okay.
Dex save. And that as my reaction.
Makes sense. Your axe is utter cold. You're not sure how great that's going to work against something called a winter wolf, but you never know.
Well, it's a little something, right? And it also makes you take less damage.
Yeah.
So that should be 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get that attack from Ogle.
I rolled a 12.
A 12 does not hit.
Okay.
All right, the other wolf, seeing the pathway blocked, will double move and climb up onto these rocks and look down and howl. Over to the edge and shouts, "Hey, shut up down there!" You go to Ulfgar.
Wolfgar?
Sorry. I. That should be a bonus action. Oh, I don't have the casting time down for that. Sorry. What was it? I apparently forgot. What I'm going to do is move up and whack that close by one with my axe after hitting with green flame blade.
All right.
Right, yeah, so it is an action, and the action implies, yeah, okay. Sorry, I just wanted to double check that I had that set in correctly. Anyways, so use this guy. Sorry, wrong thing.
Yeah, shoot, we were supposed to go through that in the week, and I totally spaced on it.
I forgot it too. It's fine. And damn, we're not close enough for the other one, but that's okay. So, Battle Axe, Green Flame Blade.
Hits. Oh, you don't roll for Green Flame Blade. It just adds damage to your battle axe.
8, and then... Is that correct? 1d8 plus 3?
That would be for the secondary target. It would just be the d8 for the primary target, so another 7 damage. But you should actually roll your cold because they are not immune.
Yeah. No, I was just checking the Green Flame Blade.
All right. You thwack it pretty hard. The fire and the cold seem to shock the creature. Yelps out pain. Ogle.
Didn't work last time, but this time I stab at it again.
You stabbed it good.
It's
Yes,
24
that is a
hit,
hit.
probably. Yeah. 20.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. This one already moved. Something must have gone weird with its initiative. Gamble.
Okay. Gamble charges up the stairs and brandishes his warhammer and tries to hit the Winter Wolf.
All right. It's 22 hits.
And I'm gonna spend a level 1 spell slot for a Divine Smite. So 10 bludgeoning and then an additional 9 radiant.
All right. You thwack it across the nose and bloody it.
And I'll hit it again with my extra attack. Another 9 damage.
All right. It is obviously displeased. Does its breath recharge? Yes.
Damn.
Well, unfortunately, you're all too close to it for it to make good use of its breath because it is a cone, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually probably better off just biting at someone, and it's probably going to be the guy who did like 30 damage to it.
That's fair.
Bites again, Bold. You
Ha!
Terrible.
Ulfgar.
Let me just double check the spell. Bonus action. It's interesting. So I can do those two together. That'll be fun. But for the moment, probably just need to finish this one off. Yeah. Sorry, I am still getting used to playing a wizard. There are
It's
a
all
lot
good.
of things.
They are really complicated, but they're so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. So, despite having said, "Oh, I'm getting used to playing a wizard," my turn this time is going to be spent hitting something with an axe.
Well, you may as well green flame blade so that your axe will do 2d8 plus 3.
And yeah, of course. Yeah, it's definitely going to be green flame blade. I'm assuming a 20 hits.
You assume correctly.
And then the green flame blade is
Just another d8.
1d8. Okay.
All right. That Winter Wolf is on its last legs when Ogle begins his turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There.
Do I still have my move at this point?
You do.
Because I wanted to like move. Wait, that would have been incurred attack of
It would.
opportunity. Never mind. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. Now, to claim all the glory. The song's gonna be about me.
All right, the 24 hits. 12 damage will finish the wolf.
I killed it.
Kill Stealer.
All right. The other one will rush over here to the edge.
And cone of cold, all of us.
We did line ourselves up so nicely.
Yeah.
Wait, are we too far?
It's leaning over the edge here. So it's actually only hitting Ogle and
Oh,
the two of you behind it.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Checks out to me.
Well,
Okay.
Oh no!
it's a little cold.
Was that a
It's
stiff
bit-
breeze?
It's a little nippy out here.
Okay.
I make my saving throw.
Dex save.
You are both in my aura of protection.
Oh, +3, yes?
Yes.
And,
ooh-ha.
I don't...
You were inspired by the orcish paladin of conquest into not being cold. So.
Okay.
So, 8 is halved to 4 is halved to 2 for my resistance.
All right, Genbold.
Okie dokie. Is that legal movement?
Is what?
Oh, you can't see that.
It is, but it is 55 feet of movement.
How? It's like 25
the
to there.
stairs are difficult terrain.
Oh, all the stairs are difficult terrain. Okay. I didn't realize the stairs were difficult terrain. I think I was like there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 10, 20. So it's 30 feet. Would there be any disadvantage in throwing cover or anything to throw a javelin up at the Winterwolf since it was just, leaning over?
Since it's leaning over, no. But normally I'd give a ledge like that a bit of cover.
Okay. Then I chuck 2 of my javelins at it.
Okay, that's a hit.
And I check my other one. Does a 15 hit?
It does.
All right.
Any cover I might have given it would not have mattered for that attack.
So 16 damage total.
We're on to Ulfgar.
I'm going to do something that I maybe should wait on, but I'm going to do it now anyways because I want to. I'm going to use Misty Step. To come here, I think.
All right.
Yeah, that's 25, so that's within range.
Looks good to me.
And I am then going to use Mirror Image.
All right.
So that burns a couple of level 2 spells, which is expensive, but oh
Makes a
well.
lot of sense. Ogle.
And we'll probably need like tokens or something. The images. I'm not sure how that works exactly.
They're in your square, so we don't really need tokens for them.
Okay. It's just like defense, basically.
Yep.
Hat.
I'll add a thing to your token for it.
Okay.
We'll go with.
3. All right. Ogle will make his way up these stairs. He's there. He reaches the top of the stairs.
Okay. So that looks like 35 feet of movement. Do you have anything more you want to do, or?
Yeah, his move is 35.
So you could still do an attack. Oh wait, you don't have a ranged weapon.
Yeah, I could chuck my scimitar at him.
Better not. All right. Well, the wolf will indeed attempt to bite the wizard. Roll your d20, Wolfgar, to see what it bites. Seven. It bites a duplicate. Growls in annoyance. I tried it to modify the token.
Leaves me with 2, I believe.
Yes.
Genbold.
Come back and fight me, you coward. So we spend 20 feet of movement to get to the top of the stairs. And then 10 more movement going around. I'll go. And then I'm out of movement. So guess I chucked my last 2 javelins at it.
All right. I wish you had a quiver of Alona.
$10 and $8.
Wolfgar.
Let's keep this simple. I'm gonna green flame blade and hit it with an axe.
All right.
I guess not.
An 11 does not hit. Ogle.
Okay. I will too be simple. I go here rather than the other place I might go, which would make it look like I would fall. Oh, his aura shoves me back.
Yes, I'm afraid that the wolf occupies that hex.
Oh, okay. Oh, the wolf is super big. Okay.
Yes, it is a giant wolf.
Okay. More giant than I was imagining.
It's a bit bigger than the horse.
I hope it can still save the. I stab the thing!
Alright, that's a hit.
Okay. just like your friend.
All right, well, that will get its attention. It will turn around and try to bite Ogle. 21 hit.
Well, it is my armor class.
All right, make a strength save and take 15 damage.
No!
All right, Ogle, you get picked up, shaken around a little, fall prone.
Ah!
Genbold.
Ogle, quit laying down on the job. Get up. As Ganwald steps past the prone elf in order to warhammer the wolf.
I'm hurt, but I appreciate your jokes.
All right, 10 more damage. Really carrying this team, Genbold must feel.
Yes, and
The 13 hits.
13 does hit.
Yes.
Okay, then 7 damage, and I'm going to I'm gonna burn another spell for Divine Smite. $12 more damage.
All right. With all of that shouting and fighting going on, the Ettins have finally decided that something must be up. They will be joining the fight, or at least the initiative. First of them wanders over. See what's going on. And shouts, "Hey! There's dwarves killing our wolves!"
Only one of us is a dwarf.
Yeah!
He will take an action to try to roll acrobatics to slide down the hill safely. And he will slide down and fall prone. And he will take 2d6 damage.
Oh man.
Ulfgar.
Well, you just ruined that for me. I was going to fireball the assholes.
Mhm.
Damn.
Sorry.
Well, now I'm not sure what to do.
Kill the wolf.
I mean, yeah, I'll just kill the wolf, hopefully. Same thing as before.
I mean, if you don't, you're relying on Ogle.
Yeah, so I think it's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, your minimum damage will finish it off. Would you like to take a move?
I'm going to stay back here for the moment. I
All
may be a
right.
smashy wizard, but I'm still a wizard, and I'm pretty squishy.
Ogle, you have advantage to stab the Ettin. Get up and stab it.
Right, that's the problem. I'm lying down right now.
I told
I
you to
think it
stop
takes-
lying down on the job.
I think it takes my move to stand up,
Half
doesn't
your
it?
move.
Oh,
So yeah, you absolutely could do that.
oh, okay then. Ogle stands up and sort of casually jab his sword, and oh shit, Ned! He's got too many eyes to poke out. Never mind.
You had advantage, so that's a 15.
Oh, okay, that's right.
A 15 hits.
Good. Watch me critically fail the damage, too. Okay, that's...
Ow! I think there's an elf with them.
I'm a dwarf!
Kill the skinny dwarf first. Comes over here and attempts to slide down as well.
Right on top of Ogle.
He makes it.
No.
Again, bolt.
Dovga!
Wolfgar, I believe in you.
But
But I have to kill
I'm
this
not-
Etten.
I'm not sure I do.
I have to hit the
No,
one
but
that I have
seriously.
advantage to hit.
No, but really, I'm gonna Misty Step the fuck out of here. Good luck, guys.
Adios, my friend.
Yes. Obviously, Warhammer on the prone one. A 14.
14 hits.
Is there a restriction on the number of times in one turn you can use Divine Smite?
I believe so. I think it's just once, but I'm not positive.
When you hit a creature with a melee, it just says when you hit a creature with a melee. I know you can only spend it, one spell slot per attack, but I don't know if you can do, like...
I'll let you do it multiples per round if you want.
Okay.
If we're wrong, someone, our viewer will eventually not tell us because they don't know.
Right. I'll confirm after the session. So, yeah. Gonna spend another level 1 spell slot. That and that for 19 damage. And then I make my extra attack. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Alright, then I don't need that ruling to yet.
Alright. The Etten stands. Shakes his head. Fine, we'll kill the skinny dwarf
It's got
first.
2 heads.
And his other head shouts at him and says, yeah, skinny dwarf.
No, I'm an elf! You must mean someone else.
And your armor class was 21, you say?
Yeah.
Alright. You do manage to evade the Morning Star, but the battle axe comes cleaving in
Doggoth!
for 14 damage. Wolfgar.
I'm gonna run away.
You could hit him first.
Oh yeah, it is a bonus action. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Maybe. Anyways, let's find out. No,
I'm afraid not.
I don't. I just run away. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm not actually running like super far away. I just want to get away from that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the stairs will be difficult terrain.
Right. I'm trying not to be super far down them. Maybe like here. I think that'll do. Hopefully that doesn't backfire.
Ogle.
Ogle, can you do anything useful to this Etten?
Let's see. I can attack him. Does an Etten count as a person?
Yes,
So could I hold an Etten?
I would allow this.
Alright, let me go figure out what that spell does. I also considered I could do Shatter and try to get him and that slope in it, but I don't know if that would do enough damage to like make rocks fall or something.
I might make the terrain around him difficult, but I don't think you're going to bury an Etten. They're quite tall.
Yeah, no, I just wanted rocks to fall on his heads. Yeah, all right. Ogle quickly whips out his flute and does a little, yeah. Okay, no, this is everything. God, okay. He does a humorous combination of movement and blowing on a flute and holding his sword at the same time, because I have to do various things to cast Hold Person. As he hold persons at the Etten right in front of him.
Okay, what's the save on Hold Person again?
Wisdom
All right.
against a 14.
The Etten is held.
All right. Yeah, so Ogle pulls out his flute, puffs at the Etten, and the Etten stops moving, and then Ogle runs. But only like over here, so that he can keep stabbing it.
Okay, go ahead and stab. I believe you have advantage after Hold Person.
Yeah, no, it took an action to do the spell.
Oh yeah, right. Paralyzed. Wow. Good. All right. The other Etten is obviously gonna be like, "Hey, where'd Dwarf go? You orc, give Dwarf."
I'm not as smart as other Etten.
Hey, shut up. My other head just as smart as yours, skinny dwarf. Says, swings his morning star and battle axe.
Obviously, the 26 hits.
All right, 12 bludgeoning.
Ow!
Genbold.
I'm inconvenienced by that damage. So there was something I was thinking about doing when I got into this position, but I assume I have advantage to hit the one that is held right now, so I feel it would be wrong of me to not take advantage of my advantage.
You do have advantage.
So I'm going to take advantage of that advantage and hit the held one with a warhammer.
Okay, roll to hit.
But wait.
Right, it would be unethical.
No. I just... Okay. I didn't want to do that, but... Ganbold, seeing that he is, surrounded by giantkin, calls out for Grumsh's aid. I cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, what's Grumpsh's weapon again?
A spear. A bloody spear. And that's a bonus action. It appears that Grumpsh's spear missed, but there we go. It's there now. And then I hit the held one. Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
Okay. 12. And extra attack. 9.
All right. This Etten here, let me check Hold Person a minute. All right. At the end of its turn, it attempts another save. Still paralyzed. Ulfgar.
Oh. The worst part is that I know that my AC is high enough that I could probably take some hits and not like instantly pancake, but I am very nervous. Oh god. Actually,
Well,
you know what?
that the paralyzed Etten can't possibly attack you until after your
Yes.
next turn.
That, and I also just realized that I could probably help out by greasing the one behind Ganbold.
That would be really good. This is the exact situation Greece is good in.
Yes, I'm going to do exactly that.
Also, Ganbold loves having advantage on things that are prone and or paralyzed. So, that's pretty good.
My DC is 14. Not that it really mattered.
Mhm.
And yeah, that seems like a good layout of it.
All right, Ogle.
Okay.
Oh, wait, my spiritual weapon should have had advantage. Should have hit. Oh, well.
Ogle will do, he'll do Shatter on the Etten that is actually fighting Gambold.
Okay, that's a dex save, right?
Let's click on it, because I filled that one out. I hate how the prompt about what spell level comes up under the character. So I click
It's
on
a
it and think I didn't
Constitution
successfully
saving throw.
click. Ah, Christ.
All right, half of 3d8.
Why did you cast a Constitution save on a giant?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I don't have a crossbow. 5 damage!
All right. You at least make some dirt somewhere on the stairs, but the giant, being prone, isn't going to go tumbling down or anything like that. It will instead stand up and attempt to hit Ganbold.
Stop hitting me, I'm trying to kill your friend.
You got it, boss. And then we'll see if he manages to stay stood up. He does! All right, he's standing this round.
Oh, okay. Ganbold, first, directs the spiritual weapon to stab the held, Etten.
What'd you get? It's like 21. That hits. All right,
Yes.
takes 10 damage.
10 damage. And Gamble hits it with a warhammer.
That also hits.
Oh, I should have smited. 7.
All right, 7 damage.
Extra attack. 14.
That finishes off this Etten. Wolfgar.
Gamble turns to the Etten. Now I will fight you, sir.
Would I be able to hit it from here?
It would have some cover, but so would you. Actually, that was probably ruined by the shatter. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move up and see how I fare in close combat with a terrifying giant. So same thing as before. Need to sort that out at some point, but
That hits.
Okay. And so 14.
Ogle.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I guess I should run up there too, shouldn't I?
Looks like there's a square north of the spear that you could stand in.
Oh, perfect. Ah, stab you.
A 13 hits.
Oh, fantastic. I pierce an ear.
All right. One hound shouts, "Kill skinny dwarf," and the other hound shouts, "No, kill real dwarf."
No. Kill Skinny Dwarf.
So, Morning Star.
It wouldn't
on
be
Ogle,
real. Ah!
Battle axe on Ulfgar.
The second, which one is mine? The
The
second
10.
one? Okay.
So you're fine.
Yeah.
And Ogle takes another 12 damage. Then falls. Slips and falls prone.
Oh, that's good.
And it's Ganbold's turn.
Ganbold looks down at the fallen Etten, and he raises up his warhammer and brings the pick down upon it. Repeatedly. Oh, does a 12 hit?
Yes. But
Oh,
so
wait.
does a 20.
Right, because I have advantage. For pretty good damage.
All right, you hack into the Etna, and it shouts, "Ow!" You go to Ulfgar.
Okay.
The other hound calls it a wimp.
I'm not feeling the same pain as you. Oh my god! No,
Same thing.
All right, 13 damage. No, wait,
Sorry, I hadn't rolled it.
6 slashing. And how much fire?
Sorry. Apparently, hitting up doesn't do the thing.
No, unfortunately, not in this case.
Oh no, it did this time. Well, anyways.
You might have to double tap it because technically that box you
Oh,
created
I
is
see
a roll.
what's. Yeah. Okay, I see what's happening. All right. Anyways, 12 damage.
All right, Ogle.
Okay.
Quick, Ogle, you have to do 21 damage in one attack. One turn. You're a fighter, right? You can do this.
Yeah.
Damn it! I forgot my spiritual weapon again.
Oh. Well,
Just
we
roll
short.
it now.
Yeah.
Just roll it now.
Okay. Grumsh got his 5
That'll
points damage.
do. Grunt insists that is good steady damage.
All right, Ogle, you have 2 real choices here. Either you YOLO stab it, or you withdraw.
I'm gonna YOLO the shit out of it by taking
Alright.
an action surge, since we rested while we were back in the clink, presumably.
Also, it's a short rest, so you don't
Yeah.
even need that. But,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you are part fighter, aren't you?
Yes. I'm a mutant monster. Stab.
At some point, I need to take. Gamble needs those two levels of fighter, but it's like always like, yeah, but the next paladin ability is really cool.
All right, you stab one in the throat and then the other in the eye.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I made it into a half grumsh.
All right,
Ah.
you have Etten bodies.
You elves love stabbing things in the eye, don't you?
Well, yeah, well, it's a great place to stab people, I mean, anyone is weak in the Algor runs over and checks on the horse. Can it be saved?
No. You think you might be able to secure some meat if you carve away at some of the chewed areas, but you're still dubious about eating it. They've been fighting over it pretty consistently for the past day or so.
Well,
Wow.
let us take our
We could leave it in the swamp for
Evidence.
a few days and then take it back to the farm.
we should claim our evidence of Etten death of 2. So I guess we need like 3
All
right
foreheads.
ears. Etten head's pretty large, but
Yeah, we have to take the whole head and part of the connecting neck so that they can't claim that we half killed 4 Ettins.
Right. Well, also we should search around where the Ettins made their camp. They may have stolen some valuables.
It looks like mostly meat, but searching the area, you do find something odd. Each of the Ettin's hands seems to be wearing rings. One matching ring clearly sized for a giant each with a symbol on it. You can go ahead and roll history if you would like.
Can we all roll history, or is it a one-person roll in history?
Everyone may roll history.
Cool.
The dwarf do it.
That would have been a mistake.
All
What kind of
right.
fucking dwarf are you?
I'm a bad dwarf.
That's all you people do.
He has a +3. He just,
Ganbold recognizes this as the house mark of a giant household, the House of Stromthulber. He thinks that he doesn't know the exact location of the House of Stromthulber, but he knows it's somewhere in the Bull Mountains.
Can you spell that name for us?
Stromthulber.
All right. Ganbold relays this information while taking the rings from the Ettin's giant hands.
Hmm. Oh, so these guys were members of the house.
More likely, this whoever's the head of this house gave them these rings in exchange for some service. I doubt that the giants held these Ettins in equivalent regard.
The hour does grow late, however, and it becomes time to make camp for the evening. Let us take a 5-minute break, and we will come back and see if and how you manage to return to civilization, or if indeed you manage to get lost in these mountains.
If indeed.
All right, 5-minute break.
All right. So what do you do about these Ettin bodies? It's getting late. You could certainly walk in the dark for a little while before you made camp. But otherwise, you would be camping near them.
It doesn't seem ideal.
We all have dark vision. We can go a little bit away.
Do we need to take any sort of trophy?
We need evidence that we slew them.
Yeah, well,
At
we can
least
do.
3 Ettin heads were requested.
Yeah.
3. Oh, right. 2 for.
Yeah. Well, if that's what is requested, then that is what we will bring.
Well, it's gonna smell then anyway. You may as well set up camp here.
Yeah.
I look to the wizard since he has the axe. Would you do the honors? My
Certainly.
hammer is more of a stabby sort of weapon, and I don't want to
And
get
my
eaten.
scimitar is shiny or tiny.
No, I don't have a scimitar.
I said mine is.
All right.
What about these frost wolves? Is there anything about them that someone would buy? Do they have like
Possibly someone, but you don't know who or where.
a frost kidney? I don't
You're
know.
positive that the Arksmyth could make some use of them.
Let's try to skin them at least. They're crazy
All right.
looking.
You skin a couple of frost. You can roll survival to attempt to get to work on a pelt. This is going to take a little bit of time. You'll probably to skin them. You'll probably need to set up here. But if you take a couple of days here skinning, I will give you the pelt, which you are fairly confident the Arksmith will be able to turn into a cloak of protection on your return.
Okay. Oh, I've got cloaks protection. Darn. But it could be a cooler looking one, I guess. I'll take care of this.
Or one to give to your hireling. Your follower.
What?
When you have one.
Oh. I don't have those. I'll just I'll leave them in Felsticker Swamp and not know why.
All right. You set up camp here. Mark off 3 days of rations.
Okay, so that's 9 rations.
You are, however, able to take a long rest, unless you're Ogle.
Yay, long rest.
Good. I'm going to spend a hit die, I think.
The long rest gives you all your hit points back.
Oh, yes, it does, doesn't it? Sorry.
I'm the one that spends a hit die.
Yeah, Ogle managed to set up a nice elf camp. It's not awful. You know, there's a lean-to, and he's working on it. It takes a while to skin the pelt, but eventually he's got something that he thinks someone could make into a fine or even enchanted cloak.
Oh yeah, Song of Rest.
Well, you don't need it. Well, you do, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, after a few days have passed, clear weather the whole time. In the morning, at one point, you see the bear eating one of the dead Ettins. If you don't interfere, nothing will come of it.
You can have them.
It is a bit gruesome, but it's no threat to you. Finally, with a pelt in hand and the other ruined by time, you are ready to head out. Make your survival check to navigate the mountain, or rather, nominate someone to make it.
Ah!
Okay.
Oh yes, see, it's right over here.
No, that would get you through the forest, but mountains
Oops.
are quite difficult.
Why did we let the elf do the mountains?
Well, you didn't speak up, and he was screaming about it. I'll go and mock 3 rations off.
All right.
It's a good thing we bought a week's worth of food.
You find yourself heading down, but you don't, for whatever reason, seem to emerge into the farmlands or town that you expected. Rather, after you've been descending for a while and traveling, it becomes clear that you have arrived somewhere flat and heavily forested.
How the hell did we end up here?
This is not where we were going.
Flattish. There's rolling hills, but you're sure you're not making progress down. You can probably, through process of elimination, figure out where you are.
Yes.
Which is not
Dang it,
there.
Ogle, you took us backwards again.
Oops. That sun would quit moving around every day.
It goes in it always goes in the same direction. Unless it doesn't because the gods are playing with it or something, but
Sometimes it's coming up and sometimes it's going down. How am I supposed to be able to keep track?
So what do you propose
However-
we do now then, Ogle?
Well, didn't we? Don't we have a map?
I'm unclear on that. I think
Let's walk toward the nearest body of water, and then put our hand on the left wall and keep going until we find the exit.
I don't think
this isn't a maze, Ogle.
that's not how this works.
That's not how forests work. I thought you were the elf.
However,
I haven't
as
been
you
to these
travel
forests.
through the forest, make perception checks.
Oh, shh.
I am very perceptive.
All right.
Comparatively,
None
no.
of you is surprised, but you hear that you are being stalked. Soon enough, the loud scree emerges, and a trio of griffinesses surround you, closing in slowly.
Maybe they're friendly.
They don't
They do
look
not
friendly.
appear friendly.
Is that a cool bottomless pit to our right?
No, it is a large fountainy-like thing, because you're still in and around the area of the mountain.
Well, GM's already rolling initiative, so I see where this is going.
Yeah.
I mean, if any of you is able to feed or deal with trio of hungry griffinesses, you may attempt to do so.
I believe the only real amounts of meat we have are 3 stinky Etten heads, so.
If you would like to part with the Atten heads, you may roll animal handling.
No.
Nope.
No.
All right, Ogle.
Okay. Heroism on myself and Ganbold.
You can only do 2?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I use a second level spell slot and I can hit 2 people at once.
Make my mini be big.
Oh yes, you're on the horse.
How many temporary hit points do you give us then?
3. 3 per turn.
Right. Very good.
All right, this griffin leaps, landing here beside where Ogle was standing a moment ago.
Sorry, I couldn't say what's moving because I was eating.
All right, you moved over to here. Well, this is still where the griffin lands, and it will attack Ulfgar. All right, neither
Nope.
attack hits. The next, move up to here and attack Gambold. Does the 23 hit?
Oh, come on. Yeah, of course 23.
All right. It claws at you and it's not able to get purchased, but its beak pecks at you.
Okay.
for 8 damage.
Right. So my temporary hit points absorb 3 of that, and then I lose 5 from my real HP.
Ulfgar.
Sorry. I should have I should have readied that instead. I guess the best use is hitting with an axe. Green flame blade.
Naturally, for your 2d8 plus 3. Or d10 plus d8 plus, yeah. Anyway, so that's 14 and then the 5. Ooh, nice.
Ogle?
I'll take that.
I'm reading heroism, and I think you are mistaken about how you... I don't think it works the way you think it works.
Oh, really?
You seem to be confusing its mechanics with, like, Bless or something. It's a single target that you touch.
Oh shit, I have to touch you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did touch him, so...
You did move,
Yeah.
this would be next. But
Yeah.
But then you can't do both of us.
That's the increase. That's the effect of a higher level slot. That's what it does.
Oh, okay.
So you cast it in a 3rd level slot somehow?
Just a second.
So it is only get Ganbolt, not you.
No, it's normally a 1st level spell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You cast it as a 2nd.
Right, okay.
Okay. So due to the largeness of tokens, I'm
We're
already
in melee with 2 griffins.
I'm in melee with 2 griffins. This griffin in front of me is going to meet my lance.
That will hit.
For 17 damage.
Alright, it screeches.
And it will meet my lance again.
No!
No, it won't. Not the 2nd time.
You manage to lance into one of the rocks. It gets stuck and wedged for a second, and it takes you a minute to pull it free. Griffin number 3 will, I guess, attack Gambolt. Will claw.
Oh, and let's see. I gained my temporary hit points regain at my turn or your turn.
Your turn.
Okay.
The targets.
Okay,
And
so I just got
roll a
crit.
natural 20.
Yes, so I just got critted by the griffin. So thank you
It's
for
clawed.
those 3 hit points.
Claws dig into your sides, penetrating your armor. 17 damage.
Okay, so
It tries to bite at your neck. It gets caught in one of your straps. It screams, trying to pull free of your armor for several seconds. Hoggle.
Okay. Since apparently that griffin's head is all the way over here latched onto Ganbold, could I stab on it while it's all the way over here latched onto Ganbold?
You will need to move 1 hex closer to it to stab it.
Okay. Wait, no, I should attack one of the ones that's already injured.
That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'll attack this one that's murdering Ulfgar.
Alright, you will need to move to the hex that you were going to have been in.
Huzzah! Stab. See, did that count as a short rest when I was skinning?
Yes.
Okay.
If it didn't, then you were cheating when you used your hit dice.
Yeah, that's why I thought, oh, it must count as a short rest. Nobody objected.
I might have used more hit dice than that in your situation, but...
Whatever. I forgot how everything worked for a minute.
Well, in your defense, encounters are pretty unlikely. Most of the results of my encounter table don't involve a fight. You just got unlucky.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll do action surge now so that it has the most potential effect in the future. Oh, and my 3 hit points. Ah!
25 hits. The 8 does not.
Alright. Oh.
All right. That griffin will probably claw at Ulfgar, who managed to hurt it pretty badly. There's a 23 hit.
Um,
Shield?
I'm just checking arcane deflection before I dump a shield on it. But yeah, shield. Shield gives me +5, so that does not hit if I cast shield, which I'm going to.
All right. It will try to peck through your shield. Fail.
Yep.
Gets a bit of shield in its mouth, trying to bite into the corner and pull it away, and it just can't move the phantasmal force. Seems frustrated, scrabbling at it and yanking at it.
Ulfgar gives it the dwarven equivalent of the middle finger.
All right, this griffin will claw at Ganbolt and then try to bite. It's unfortunately unable to penetrate that heavy armor. Ulfgar.
Get that counted. And I'm gonna hit this one with an axe again. Maybe not.
12 hits.
Oh, okay. That plus 17.
All right, that griffin is looking pretty bad, and it looks just infuriated that you can stab through the disc, but it can't claw through it. It caws at it like it's the most unfair thing in the universe. Ganbolt.
Well, I wish I could help you with that other griffin, but I'm kind of bogged down in melee with 2 of them.
Yeah,
so...
that's fair. You're keeping those 2 off of us, so...
Yeah. So...
You do still have your lance. It was there's no actual such thing as botches in this. So.
Right, yeah, I know. I'm just considering
The die turning red just makes you feel bad.
Yes. I'm just considering options. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for an attack on the injured one, obviously. Lance, crit.
All right.
Okay, so just because I can, I'm gonna drop a second level spell slot.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
For a divine smite. So first off,
13 damage.
13 from that, and then so that is 26 radiant damage.
All right. That griffin is practically blinded by the flash of holy power from Grumsh. Certainly it loses sight in one eye and seems to be cawing and looking about every which way, petrified, but still scrabbling and clawing, not yet defeated.
While it is blinded by the power of Grumsh, I will attempt to finish it off with my extra attack. Which
right.
I do. I do.
All right, griffin number 3 will attempt to claw at Ganbolt and bite. Ogle.
Okay. First off, I give Bardic Inspiration to Gambold because I forgot to do that earlier.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Try not to forget I have it.
Okay. Conquest them! There you go. That's the words he says. And then he stabs this other griffin.
All right, that's a hit.
Treat them
Finish
like
that
the
one.
Nilfins treated everyone. Okay.
Incorporate them into your party. Ulfgar.
Yeah. You could replace your horse with a better horse that's a griffinus.
Sano does not.
Oh, by the
approve.
way-
Can't fly.
That shield is gone now.
Yes.
It's all right. You're not even in melee.
Okay, I was just letting you know. It's end of next turn, beginning of next turn. But I'm gonna move down here and hit it with an axe. I should have just rolled a damn warrior.
Why? Wizards are awesome.
That's fair. It's not as much, but it helps.
Fighters are really good in day-to-day combat, but they don't have the big fancy abilities. Again, bold.
That's true.
I bring Sano around and I lance the other griffin.
17 hits.
For 29 damage altogether.
All right. Scrabbling and clawing past your lance, the griffin is still trying to kill you. You think? Ogle.
You should really just run, Griffin. I mean, this is.
Okay. Ogil will, run up to stab this. Huzzah!
That does make a lot of sense, but it was pretty angry.
Taste my lance!
25
It's
hits.
just like a lance, but smaller.
It's not a lance, that's a tiny sword.
You say that, but it just hit like a lance.
Yeah,
Eh.
it's much more efficient.
Wolfgar.
Let me just check one thing real quick. That's less effective. So, axe time. It's dead.
You cut down the griffin.
Do we need to gather these heads too?
Well, I mean, we should.
Nobody's paying us for griffin heads.
Yeah, but
Tasty?
I feel like someone will pay. Someone will probably want to buy these beaks or these particularly nice feathers.
So as I
Says-
say, in general, you can create 7 gold pieces a day if you have proper skinning tools by skinning a monster. You could probably spend 2 weeks camped out here making hides if you want to go bring them back somewhere to sell.
We've got the food for that.
No, we don't.
Especially if we keep getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's leave them.
All right. Camping out overnight, you find another clear day greeting you.
She'll mark off 3 more food.
Being in the woods, it's a bit easier to navigate. You can sort of pick a direction and walk in it. And you think you know what way to walk in by process of elimination and by watching the sun. Go ahead and nominate someone to make your DC 10 survival roll to get safely out of the woods.
Ah,
Wait, Hoggle. Let's let the wizard do it. He's smart. He knows things.
That- Terrifies me. But I shall if you insist.
We all have +2. It doesn't matter who rolls.
I think we were in the woods originally, but I'm not positive about this. I believe I remember what a mountain looks like vaguely.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll end up lost, but in if we keep getting lost in this general direction, maybe we'll just end up at Gerhard's tower and be like, or we'll be able to see the wizard's tower and be like,
Now, see, why did you
civilization.
decide to have the dwarf navigate in the wood?
Because you have been entirely untrustworthy with navigation.
All right. You wander for a while, trying to find your way through the woods. You go up hills and down hills. You follow streams and brooks, and eventually you realize that there's snow around you, and you're back in the mountains.
Look, guys, I remember these.
Again, you are most likely to travel in the correct general direction, but you did not. Or rather, you don't know if you did or not.
Shit.
You're most likely to have traveled in this general direction, but not guaranteed.
This entire campaign reminds me of that character you played in the first Fate game I ran, Sala.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He had the flaw that he gets unreasonably lost. He had one of his aspects.
He kept leading the party places.
Yeah.
Come over to my house. Yes, he was a man from the 1400s who had gotten lost and met an American commando hiding out in China.
Yes. He
Yes,
got
it was-
unreasonably lost. Anyway.
He appears in several Hollywood movies. Okay, well, not Hollywood. Anyway.
All right. The sky is still clear come morning, but as you're walking back, trying to retrace your steps, try to figure out where you even are.
I guess
First of all, what direction do you want to try to head in?
God.
We just gotta head west.
All right, you're attempting to head west.
Yeah.
As you're traveling, you come across a
Listen,
rock slide barring your path. It would seem as though a section of the mountain here must have collapsed in the night. You can attempt to climb over it using athletics, or attempt to precariously balance over it, walking up these crumbling stones with an acrobatics check.
Wait, so describe the situation again?
A section of the mountain appears to have collapsed, covering your path ahead in a pile of stones that are sharp and unwieldy. You could attempt to climb up this pile of stones safely using athletics, or you could attempt to walk up it using acrobatics.
All right. So can Gamble climb up it and then throw down a rope for everyone else?
It's more of a question of getting past it. If you certainly a rope would be handy, but you don't really have anything to top it to easily secure to, and you'd still have to end up making a check. It's mostly a question of if you're going to cut your legs, taking a brief stumble, than if you're going to go falling a long distance.
All right.
How far across is this?
Maybe 20 feet.
I misty step to the other side.
All right.
Go just
Taylor.
acrobatic.
All right. You each managed to cross it safely. Moving along, you attempt to navigate to the west. Go ahead and nominate someone to navigate through the mountains.
You want me to roll this time?
So naturally it'll be the elf, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Ah,
we have to
well.
go for it.
oh, the elf is still here. I wasn't sure. The elf's mother was yelling at them a moment ago.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you give it a try? Let's round robin this, huh?
Yes.
So later, back at Galata Peaks, so we decided naturally when we were in the mountains, the elf was in charge of navigating, but when we were in the forest, it was going to be a dwarf. In retrospect, this is probably how we got lost.
Probably why we ended up back here.
It's really quite remarkable just how unreasonably lost we got.
Who are you people?
Oh shit! I mean, I can roll again if you want. It's not like it matters.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
No. Make Anbald do it so we can make. Oh,
All right, Ulfgar. As you head west, you see two trails. One of them seems to continue up through the mountains, and the other is, you think, the one that you came up yesterday from the forest.
Can I see any signs that clearly indicate?
Which western hex would you like to move into?
I see. Okay. Now that the thing is visible. Okay, so we're trying to get back to
The town north of Clink, yeah.
yeah, that one.
So we should go into the forest because it's easier to navigate in forests.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So you lead everyone back down from the mountain.
I recognize these footprints.
The weather's certainly holding.
I recognize this cloud. We've walked this way before.
God.
We need to use this Etten money to hire like a wilderness expert.
We do, yes. We probably should have thought about that earlier.
Yes.
Yes, presumably a ranger used to work for the Arksmyth, but he wandered off at some point to...
He
wanted to take revenge for Nearder Boulder at some point, but then he went over to Clink to get some adventuring done. You never heard from him again.
He probably got lost.
Yeah. He's
All
probably out in the fever swamp wrestling alligators.
That's
You know how rangers are.
So, come morning, a trio of squirrels are picking through your supplies.
Assholes.
What is your response to the situation?
I throw a rock at one.
All right, make an attack roll.
Initiative.
Okay. I'll just click that button because it's easy. 25.
All right. You peg one of the squirrels and they rush away. We're not able to steal a ration.
I got breakfast.
All right. You supplement breakfast with a squirrel.
Tasty.
Yes. We're running. We might get out of the forest this time, but I don't trust us. So while whoever is navigating, someone should forage for rations.
All right. Who's navigating and who's forward?
I'll navigate because it's my turn. It's my turn. We're going in a
All right. Putting the elf in charge in the forest. Time for your moment of redemption, elf.
And Ulfgar, you should forage for food.
Yeah.
Because
That's survival and then a d6. Oh, doesn't matter.
yeah,
All right.
nothing with a 6.
Fortunately,
like climbs a tree and sees the town and comes back down and then does a big display of like finding things that point him that way, sort of like very academically and intelligent.
Like, this sign indicates that there is a town in this direction. Says 3 miles. I think
Yeah,
we're getting close.
This broken stick indicates that someone was building a town recently.
more seriously though, wildlands give way to managed woodlands as you move in towards the town. Marks of paths, places where logs have been dragged, fallen logs, are felled trees and stumps eventually clear the way to a large sheep pasture surrounded
These
in
are
a
giant
stone
snake
wall.
tracks.
A man with a flat cap stands at the center and squints his eyes at you, as if deciding if you're orcish raiders or dwarven traders.
We're with the
Both.
Decides
Those way.
not to run.
As we run him through and give him a bag of gems.
And you find the road gently into town. A manor house awaits, of course. It's not particularly mighty, but the local baron lives there. He doesn't quite have a castle, so I guess he's more of a burgher than a baron. But he will be happy to meet with you. an orc, an elf, and a dwarf.
Well,
Yes,
and
we've
no
heard all
human.
the jokes.
Well, I can't say as I could complain about these Etten heads, but you are the strangest band of mercenaries I've ever dealt with. Who is your leader?
I am.
who is our leader? Okay.
You're not the leader.
The orc is the leader of the adventuring party.
No, he's not the leader. I mean, of course, yes. Wink, wink.
Olga, we will talk about this later. Yes, my lord, we have brought you these Etten heads, as we have heard about your bounty, and are here to collect.
Of course, of course. We'll have the money sent for. Just give us a minute. He clapped twice, and a guard in the room rolled his eyes and looked annoyed before walking off. So tell me, how did the fight go? How did you slay them?
Ah, well, it was quite the battle. We found them in the mountains on top of a flat peak.
Accompanying heroic music.
Yeah, there were ancient stairs carved into this mountain. I don't know their origin, but as we crept up on them, we found their pets, 2 winter wolves, enormous wolves, even larger than my horse, which breathed a frozen breath, gnawing at the corpse of a long-dead horse, something they'd stolen from one of the villages to the south. We ambushed the winter wolves, or tried to. They're very difficult to sneak up on. We made relatively short work of them before the Ettins heard us, and one of them came tumbling off the mountainside and tripped up. That was this head. The other one slid down, and they surrounded me, and I had an Ettin on both sides of us. The mage, Ulfgar here, he teleported out and got himself out of trouble. We beat on the one that fell until he managed to right himself, and well, then it was a bit of a slog. Ulfgar did something clever though with his grease spell that tripped them up.
You're a wizard then.
I am, yes.
Dwarven wizard. Wonders will not cease. You are the most peculiar band of adventurers we have ever had here. All right, go ahead, Cassidy, and also make a performance check.
Okay. I have charisma, but not today.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you advantage for Ogle assisting.
I
So we'll go
fucking
with that.
stomped him and tore off his head. Ah! And the burger is just scared. They just want to give us some money.
But the money is delivered, as well as an invitation to spend the night here and tell more of these ridiculous tales of your absurd party.
Of course.
That seems good to me.
Yeah.
And he
See, that
leaned
wasn't-
in and asked the elf, "So does a dwarven wizard get drunk easily or difficultly?" There's a bit of both in there.
Oh, he doesn't. He's a dwarf, you know.
You're not going to tell me
Everything
he's a dwarven teetotaler.
No, I mean everything that you have is nothing. Every drop of booze in your entire town is as water to him.
We'll try to keep him to a little bit then. Doesn't drink, so he doesn't drink me out of house and home. Thanks for the warning.
Drink your stocks, drink the river, drink the moon.
All right. So you guys get your 500 gold and 1 night of aristocratic accommodation.
Ogle spends part of it trying to lecture Gambold about how you tell that kind of story. That you've got to emphasize more. You need to make all of us look good. That only made you sound good. The only incidental inclusion was, After Ulfgar ran away, he did something kind of clever.
Well, you didn't do anything worth mentioning, Ogle.
I paralyzed the fan. Fuck you! I didn't do anything important.
I mean, did you? I mean, I was just hitting it. I didn't really, like... I mean, they're pretty slow and easy to hit, anyway.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I guess I could have walked away, and then you could fight two of them at once, Augie. Or really fight two at once. I just think you fought two at once.
All right, Ulfgar. At one point in the evening, you're asked to explain how this happened. This weird band of adventurers.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. You see, my master, right? He, and Ulfgar is, like, visibly a little tipsy, but not drunk. Yeah, just to prove, Ogle a little wrong. And, he really wanted, he really wanted me to make sure he could get something, right? To make some new items. And, asked me to go get them. God, I don't even remember. And, told him, there's no way I can get that by myself. And, after he finishes mocking me and hitting me, he gives me, 10 gold or something like that to go find some people to help out. These assholes here are the only ones I could find. Everyone else wanted actual money.
I shall have to remember that when my son comes of age. Thank you.
Of course.
So you're with the Arksmyth. I've heard of him.
Yes. He's teaching me the craft. I've got a long way to go, though.
So what creature are you hunting on this trip?
Not sure it's really a good thing to talk about in polite company. It's aboleth.
What's an aboleth?
They're these large, disgusting water creatures. They can take over your mind.
Sounds like something from the fever swamp. Ugh.
Might be from there. I'm not sure.
Well, that's back south if you're looking for it. Just follow the signs to Clink.
No, we know exactly where it is already. It's fine.
Well, that's good. We shouldn't worry, should we?
No. You're fine here. We have to go through a whole bunch of stuff to get to it, and it's not going to leave the water it's in.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, you're safe from it here.
Well, if you'll excuse me, it's getting late. The wine's been pretty free. I think I'm going to turn in. You're welcome to breakfast, and then best be on your way to fight this arbaleth.
Of course. Thank you for the wine.
It's a giant tree made of stone.
All right. Morning comes, and it's still clear. It's time for you to begin your trek through Nilfenberg. Where is your next destination? You were talking earlier about stopping at the Tower of Archmage Gerhardt to attempt to procure some scrolls, but I'm not sure if that's still on the agenda.
I think it is. I think we wanted to get a scroll of water breathing so that our wizard could learn a water breathing spell.
Yeah,
for
we
obvious
need to do
reasons that would be a good utility spell for us to know while hunting aboleths.
All right, well, you'll be looking at 5 days of travel through the Empire. You could probably cut that down, in principle, to just 3 days of travel if you try to cut through the woods.
No.
Yeah, I think that would easily turn into like 10 days.
We'll go around. We will stick to the roads.
All right.
I know we're the
Mark
worst
off,
adventurers ever, but you know.
Mark off either mark off your lifestyle expense for the 5-day journey.
All right. So that's 5 gold each.
Sounds about right.
All right. I marked off 5 of my personal gold.
Here.
All right. Let's clear the entire length of the trip. When you arrive, tell me, did you have some sort of chart for determining if Gerhardt was on plane, or is he just on plane all of the time when he's needed?
I had no such chart. I think last time you went, I just like assumed he's usually on plane, and I rolled like a d20, and I was like, or I just like gave a percentage chance. I don't remember what I said it was, but I gave like a percentage chance that he's off plane, and then I rolled for it.
All right. Looks like the wizard is in, but you come up to the base of his tower, and there's a door.
So, wizard, do we just knock?
Oh shit. Sorry. Throat's dry, crackly for some reason. I guess do I know what the sort of typical way to approach another wizard's place is?
With an invitation.
Ah, well.
He is also the count, so he's not a very good at the job, but he is. So.
Yeah, he has a secretary who oversees that sort of thing out of a more typical manor house somewhere near the tower. You could attempt to get a meeting through his secretary.
Well, so we could try knocking, but that could end poorly, depending.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go and speak with the person in that manor house over there? Maybe they can arrange a meeting.
That's probably the far better route than knocking.
All right. Sir Wensley Smythe, secretary to Archmage Gerhardt and minister of the Duchy of Gerhardt.
County
of Gerhardt. Will, of course, meet you as a band of traveling adventurers moving through the area. He's wearing fine noble's clothing and has a tea set that is being poured up by a servant as you enter. Ah, yes, the adventurers. Do come in. What brings you here?
I have heard stories of this, the mage who lives in your tower, Gerhard. I have heard of the great deeds he did with his fellows years ago. The sister Amelia and the Phalanx. And I have heard.
Of course.
But my wizard, Ulfgar, has need of
He looks
some...
a little disgruntled at being called his wizard.
Yes. Is looking to expand his repertoire of spells before we go into a dangerous situation, and we were hoping that we might be able to meet with the Archmage and offer service in exchange for some magical knowledge.
Yes, of course. Everyone has heard of Archmage Gerhardt, and that alone was not enough to secure you a meeting. But the notion that you may perform some service for him could be of interest. What manner of services do you feel qualified to provide, adventurers? He says, fetching the quill.
Well, we
They're
have
very good at killing Edens.
we have no small measure of martial ability. You can ask the Baron, 3 villages south of here. We killed 2 Ettins for him, and their winter wolves. Unfortunately...
Yes, of course. You must understand, however, our Archmage Gerhard could simply teleport over long distance, and hurl fire, raining death upon his enemies from the skies. He has very little need for warriors for hire. What else do you suppose might interest him? He's normally a student. He's curious about things from other planes, strange findings, news from afar, that sort of thing.
Well, has he studied the Orcish tribes to the south? I could tell him any of our stories or of my people, if that would be of interest to him.
Well, of course, it's possible that such a thing may be of interest to him. However, it would be unclear to me at this time. You could write him a letter, and I could see that it's delivered and read sometime in the next week or so when his studies allow it. And if he so chooses after reading your letter, I would be happy to arrange a meeting for you.
Well, I would of course be limited in some ways, but I am the direct student of a renowned Arksmyth.
Oh!
I'm sure that
Yes,
we could
that's so. Would you be willing to submit to telepathy?
What, out of character, what would that imply?
He's going to look through your memories to see if you've experienced the Arksmyth doing anything that he doesn't know how to do.
So basically directly trying to steal trade secrets.
Yes, but that is the offer you're asking in exchange.
That's true.
I think we should just go to a different wizard.
I'm starting to lean that way. That's
Where
quite...
Where do you intend to find another wizard?
There have to be other wizards. There can't just be the arch wizard. There's got to be like...
Yes, but
A wizard
water
living under a
breathing is
tree somewhere.
isn't water breathing like a 3rd level spell? You can't
It
just
is.
find like any random hedge mage who's going to have a 3rd level spell. I mean, we
Well,
could
there
go
is
to we could go to Nilfenberg and there would be, wizards there, but that's
We,
going
guess
to
how-
we need to
how-
find like Zagdar the mid-level or something, and he can teach it.
So, I mean, how far out of the way would Nilfenberg be at this point?
You'd be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days to Nelfenberg.
Because I can tell you that Ulfgar would not be willing to submit to the telepathy. It would probably break all sorts of agreements with his
Do you have any very rare or special items that you might be willing to let him evaluate over a period of several days or weeks? Well, you study, of course.
as long as I can get it back, I mean...
Well, yes, of course. It would only be collateral for your stay during the library.
Then the only thing I have is this ring of warmth.
Yes, I'm reasonably confident that Archmage Gerhardt does know how to create fire.
Yes. And
Oh,
I suppose mentioning our cloaks of protection is pointless as well.
I suppose that I could offer my Lantern of Revealing, if that's of interest.
What is this Lantern of Revealing?
Nobody knows.
Then I
It,
don't know if I can predict his interest.
The mechanics are very unclear.
when fueled with standard lamp fuel, it reveals hidden things.
Interesting. Oil-burning magic. Yes, he might perhaps have an interest in that. I'll make a note of that. So anything else that your party might possess that would be of interest to him to study? Are any of you perchance extraplanar creatures?
No.
unfortunately.
Well,
I
my
could-
horses.
I could.
You have a magic horse from another plane. Which plane?
I don't know which plane. Out of character. But
the primeval
Archon, I suppose.
Feywild or something.
Yeah, Acheron.
Acheron? Acheron, yeah. Yes. It's from Acheron. It is pulled from the herds of the god Ilnival. It's a red horse with a black spiral horn.
And may the Archmage, or someone of his choosing, ride said extraplanar horse at any point over the course of your stay.
Hold the fuck up!
Only if my horse allows it. That is not for me to decide.
May he use magic to force your horse to allow it.
I will not. No. I will not allow him to.
You will not be you will not be aware, or you will not allow such a thing.
I will not allow them to compel my horse.
I see. Most disappointing.
But
Well,
I
perhaps
will
he'll
allow
slowly-
him to examine it and cast any sort of divinations upon it that he wishes.
Oh, very good. And it will, of course, submit to these divinations. Yes, will not attempt to harm him.
I will talk to them, and I believe that will be acceptable.
Very good.
Mm.
Make your horse aware that assaulting a count is a capital offense, and we will lock it in a hanging cage in front of the tower until it starves to death, if it should do so. Good day. I shall have your answer in the morning.
We walk away without saying thank you, I think.
Yeah, that's.
I say to my friends, wait a minute. Okay, on the subject of finding another wizard, I think this is the right place, because there are probably other people here waiting for a response from the Archmage to their various requests made to the insulting doorman. There are probably lesser wizards here who are seeking apprenticeship and other things and are miserably waiting around in these buildings. He points to the buildings.
You make a good point. It appears we will be waiting some time for this doorman to let us speak to the Archmage at all, even assuming we get an audience. So I see no reason that we cannot attempt to find other wizards here in town.
All right.
I agree.
You may select someone to roll a persuasion check to gather information. Because the party is helping, that person will have advantage.
I am very persuasive. I have a +6.
Oh, me too. Okay.
I've got a +1, so have fun.
I will allow the bard to do his thing.
Oh, very well.
I will merely help you.
I just hope that you're not cursed like Kildrak.
Yes.
You have
The bars, I look at the people, I or at the bars, whenever I'm performing, I look at everyone there. I single out some of them to talk to and things. Anyone in a funny long cloak or who has, wizard eyes or something.
Are you a wizard?
Look at the nose on...
No,
Look at the nose on him, he's gotta be a wizard.
Sorry, sorcerer.
Fuck!
Can't help you. 20!
Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
That one
You do
is
meet a man.
definitely...
You do, in fact, meet a small group of individuals, each carrying messenger bags bearing arcane sigils on the side, gathered around a table, dipping bread into cheese and drinking dark beer, talking to one another about some esoteric matter, quite loudly and excitedly interrupting each other. All of it is gibberish to you, except of course, to Ulfgar, who's firmly aware that they are discussing how to cast magic missile, and neither of them is right.
Ulfgar will, of course, because all wizards are invariably nerds, will go up and start correcting them.
All right, roll a persuasion check.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck us up for us.
I absolutely am.
All right, you are able to convince them that you do know what you're talking about and that they shouldn't be insulted to take your advice. And they make some notes.
Good, I don't have to cut off your head in order to salvage this situation.
So, what's a mighty wizard like you doing waiting in the shadow of Gerhardt's tower?
Well, I'm sure you know how it is. Sometimes you need a spell that's difficult to acquire.
Well, nod at one another and look. We heard from Lucas Dietrichstein in one of his speeches that he copied a spell here, but Gerhardt seems to be pretty mad about that. Everyone keeps coming over here demanding to see his spell book.
Well, I imagine that is part of why he is being so picky. Yes. I've never heard of this Lucas person, though.
Oh, he's some adventurer, but he's this year's Talk of Nilfenberg, apparently. Met with
Okay.
all sorts of famous people, knows the Archmage. Great wizard. Fantastic guy. But if you are going to go knock on his door, Gerhardt's that is, wear earplugs.
Oh?
He's put a magic mouth on it.
Oh,
Pretty big
nasty. Nasty. We considered it, but, well, I mean, it's unwise to go uninvited, of course. Well, it wouldn't, we wouldn't happen to be so lucky that one of you would, say, have experience with, water breathing, perchance.
Not experience, one of them said. But my grandfather is a nobleman in Nilfenberg, and he purchased me the spellbook, the long-dead Archmage Alfenstein. And Alfenstein's spellbook does have that spell. I will be willing to let you copy it if you could teach us to master 2 more spells. They all look at you. You would think that would involve camping out here for like 20 days.
I guess I'll just like sort of quickly make sure that that time period is.
You have plenty of time. There's no firm timetable for your request.
Right. I just want to make sure that no one else is going to object.
They'll pay your in stay as well.
Oh, well, by
I'll
all
keep
means, then.
performing. Just his, or I'll keep performing.
And I guess Ulfgar will then just sort of sit down and start nerding on exactly what spell they want and this other stuff.
All right.
Campbell's
On
telling you.
day 17, after a long period of time enjoying things, a messenger arrives from the secretary. Yes, Archmage Gerhardt will see you now.
Of course.
Do you tell him no?
That seems unwise. I feel like that would
Do
insult
it.
the Archmage.
Insult him.
Let me just see if there's anything else that I can pick up.
I'm guessing over these like 20 days we got a long rest, so I'm gonna give my hit points back.
Yes, you get plenty of long rest. And you can also do 20 days of downtime activity each if you two want to.
Performance. So, since Ganbold is the one that's paying for us to see the guy, I feel like it should be up to him. If we actually go see him with no definite need for it.
Well, Ulfgar is also sort of paying him.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's really Gambol. It's the bigger deal.
the bigger indignity.
Yeah. Like mine is just sharing a magic item for.
Although although he might still steal your trade secret.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but in this case it's a single trade secret as opposed to all of them.
Yeah.
You can probably talk the master out of banning you for life for one thing. not every single.
Let's talk to him and see what he is willing to offer us for this chance to examine our things and my horse. Seeing as we no longer need the water breathing spell, perhaps he will have
Yes.
something else
It's
of offer.
it's worth checking, and I feel that it's wise to at least, even if we do not come to an agreement.
Also, maybe he can provide us with some dust of dryness. That might be helpful if we fight if we can draw the aboleth into a smaller pool or something.
Right.
So I guess the other thing is, can we? I guess how rude would it be to say that we need 3 days?
Why would we need 3 days?
This is day 17 to 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll let you go and come back.
Okay.
These apprentices seem to be becoming fast friends of yours.
Okay.
There are boys now.
all right.
Seems arcane magic has become all the rage this year in Nelfenburg, and all of the young people are trying it.
Everyone's ignoring the feeling disaffected. Come to the swamp posters. Pilster invested like 15 gold in this campaign.
You do see one of those posters hanging up by the inn. Does it
Has
have
it-
Phil Sticker's name on it?
It's got like a scribbly picture of a goblin on it, wearing a thing on his head. No names though.
All right. You think this might be Phil Sticker, the goblin the other goblins were talking about, but you can't be sure.
That
He's
was
incredible
weird.
looking. 17 days of occasional performing. How's that do for?
You make 7 gold a day.
Ha! That seems to like too much, but I'll take it.
I assume Ganbold will do some downtime activities, but I'll figure that out between sessions.
It does seem like a bit much. It's probably more like 3.5 gold a day. Because that's what you would make smithing.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Although I am quite good. Yeah.
All right. So you arrive at the tower, and Gerhardt is standing outside, or hovering outside of it, glowing with arcane power. His voice is deep and powerful, and he says, "Ah, good. You have brought me the beast. Here is your scroll." And he gives you a scroll of water breathing.
Damn.
And he examined the monster.
Before that, I'm afraid.
Are you?
Hold on.
Good.
No,
You
hold,
should be.
hold on. I was deciding how I wanted to word this. Always drive your player character like they're a stolen car. Okay. Hold up, good sir. I'm afraid that you kept us waiting so long. We have already acquired our source of the water-breathing spell, and
By Primus, really? Here? How?
you have so many wonderful potential mages out there beating down your door. One of them.
How
all
have
over
they
the
managed to annoy me without even speaking to me?
So, I am still perfectly willing to let you examine Sanael, but you need to offer us something that we have not already procured for ourselves.
Like what?
Well, Ulfgar, what should we need if we're hunting Aboleth?
Well, the dust of dryness that you mentioned. Wait, no, that was out of character. Some dust of dryness would be very well received, but I'm sure that I mean, there are other spells of the same tier that would benefit us.
Hmm. Or any information that you might provide us about how one might kill an aboleth, or knock an aboleth unconscious most efficiently.
He sighed. Well, I don't have any dust of dryness. But if you want to know about how to fight an aboleth, very well. Hit it a lot.
Oh, I thought he was talking to his band. Okay.
I see. Well, then it appears that we have no business with you, good sir. We will take our leave.
Will you take a
Ganbolt's
bloodstone?
Oh, what? Sorry, I didn't hear.
25 gold piece gemstone.
I suppose that's more up to Ganbold.
I am frankly insulted.
Well,
2 bloodstones.
It's all that's in my pockets. Come on.
Keep your bloodstones. Give Ulfgar a different spell of the same level, and different spell scroll of the same level, and circle of the same circle, and we will have a deal.
Fine. Do you know Fireball?
it was the first one I learned.
It's the first spell I learned. Of course, I have.
Fireball
What do you think
is
I'm
the
in?
first spell you learned. What kind of prodigy are you?
Sorry, I apologize. The first spell of the third circle.
All right. Do you know Melf's minute meteors?
I do not.
I've never even heard of that spell.
Very well. I shall provide you with a scroll of Melf's minute meteors. Now, step aside. Hovers towards the horse. He grasps its face gently at first in both hands and stares into its eyes, locking
Drags
with
its
it
tongue
intensely.
across its ear.
He will attempt to intimidate the warhorse.
Good luck.
He's not particularly charismatic, but he is proficient. The warhorse is not intimidated. The warhorse may make a wisdom save.
Okay. I don't know what the wisdom of a warhorse is. But I will roll a
Just roll a
d20.
d20 for now.
14.
All right.
Probably with a bonus.
Now I will look it up. You are standing nearby, so it's probably closer to a 17.
Oh yes, it's got my aura of protection.
All right. Gerhardt growls a little bit and tries again. Make another one.
Okay. Ooh.
Good. This time he is able to cast telepathy on your horse. Begins learning all of its secrets. Mostly, he seems to be not that any of you know this, but mostly he hunts for things about the Arksmyth that the horse may have overheard.
He's stealing all your religion's trade secrets.
But when he's done, and after a few other divination spells, he nods. Very well, I'm satisfied. Tell those apprentices to leave. I'll be in my tower.
Very well, sir.
All right. The apprentices, for what it's worth, have really been enjoying your time, and they will let you copy any boat-related spell that they have.
Boat-related.
Yes, the spell book seems to be mostly boat-related spells.
I'm not even sure what spells qualify as related.
Yeah, this isn't as easy to browse as the GURP spells.
You can't just go to the
They
boat
don't have
college.
a filter for boat.
Well, jump is on your list. You could copy jump. Shield is obviously there.
Find vehicle or whatever that spell is.
Yes, find vehicle is there.
Manifest
Where?
boat.
Let's see, find. Oh, that's not on this list. That's the one that Lucas was using, right?
Yes, you can just you still have to pay to describe them, of course.
Sure.
Leomund's minuscule boat creates a boat that's too small to use.
Honestly, I think find vehicle would be good.
Yeah, that's actually a really good spell for us to have, because I was kind of concerned about what
Honestly,
we would do about boats when we leave the
truly, so
near to
the
Boulder.
only reason I didn't have that already is that I couldn't find it in the list.
Mm.
Skyrite
So-
is in here.
Okay. I'm gonna go with find vehicle.
You can have as many as you want to pay for.
Oh, as many as I. Oh, I see. How much am I gonna to pay?
It should be under wizard. I think it's like 50 gold times the spell level, but I'm not sure the exact multiplier.
Okay.
You can use as much as the party fund of that 50 or that 500 gold we got from the Ettins.
Okay, it is a party fund.
Well, that's what I suggested in the.
Yeah, that's fine. Since I was going to offer to share with them anyway.
Yeah.
Skyrite and Sleet Storm, Tidal Wave, Wall of Water.
Let's see.
Flock of Seagulls, which seems to be a specific flock of familiar spell.
Oh, you can have a flock of familiars?
And you can't copy 4th level or higher spells, but there are some.
Right, but I can't do that. So
So we are at the
Suitable closing time.
Yeah.
And with 2 weeks here, it is almost certain that your paladin will complete his business and return with tail.
Mm-hmm.
Or 20 days here.
Yes. So we will. You can figure out how many what spells you're copying down before next session.
sure. Sure.
Yeah. And thank you for running Retromock. This has been fun.
Hey, no worries. I'm
Uh,
glad people are enjoying it. And yeah, I will see you all in tech.